Welcome to Math Contest Drills for Filipino Kids. Let us have part 2 of the MMC 2019 Elimination Round for Grade 8. Let us recall the instruction. Give all fractions and ratios in lowest terms. Figures are not drawn to scale. Let us begin with question number 26. A line with slope 3 halves passes through the point 7, -3. Write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Since we are given the slope and the point, we will use the point-slope form of the equation of the line. That is y minus y sub 1 equals the slope m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Hence, substituting the values, that will be y minus -3. Y sub 1 is -3, so we have y plus 3 equals the slope 3 halves times x minus x sub 1. X sub 1 is 7. And we are asked of the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. So we distribute 3 halves in the right hand side, then we'll have y plus 3 equals 3 halves x minus 3 halves times -7 is -21 over 2. So that's 3 halves x minus 21 over 2. And then subtract 3 from both sides. We will have y is equal to 3 halves x minus 21 over 2 minus 3. -21 over 2 minus 3 is -27 over 2. So in slope-intercept form, we have y is equal to 3 halves x minus 27 over 2, where the slope is 3 halves and the y-intercept is -27 over 2. Number 27. A line L has x-intercept 5 and passes through the point 3, -2. What is the y-intercept of line L? If the x-intercept of the line is 5, then the line passes through 5, 0. Then we can use the two-point form of the equation of the line to find its equation. That will be y minus y sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity x minus x sub 1. We'll use 5, 0 as x sub 1, y sub 1. Then we have y minus 0 equals -2 minus 0 over 3 minus 5 times the quantity x minus 5. We're looking for y-intercept. At y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So we'll have y minus 0 is y. -2 over 3 minus 5 is 1. Then we set x equals 0 minus 5. Therefore, y is equal to -5. Hence, the y-intercept is -5. Number 28. What are the domain and range of the function f of x equals 2 over 3 minus x? Let us start with the domain of f. To solve for the domain of f, the denominator should not be equal to 0. Since we're looking for all values of x, that will make the value of f of x a real number. Hence, the denominator of this rational function should not be 0. 3 minus x is not equal to 0. Solving for x is not equal to 3. Then let us solve for the range of f. Set f of x as equal to y. Then we have 3 minus x equals 2 over y. Then we have x is equal to 3 minus 2 over y. The range of f are all values of f of x or y that will make values of x real number. Hence, y should not be equal to 0. So the domain of f are all values of x such that x is not equal to 3, and the range of f are all values of y such that y is not equal to 0. Next, number 29. Write an equation of the line through 3, negative 5, and whose graph has no x-intercept. If a line has no x-intercept, then it is a horizontal line whose equation is of the form y equals c, where c is a real number. Thus, the line through 3, negative 5, whose graph has no x-intercept, is given by y is equal to negative 5. Number 30. Write an equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining negative 3, negative 2, and negative 7, 6. Give the answer in standard form. To find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line, we need to get the midpoint of the segment joining the two given points, since we have the bisector. And then also we will need the negative reciprocal of the slope of the line containing negative 3, negative 2, and negative 7, 6, since perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocal of each other. So we find the slope of the line containing the two given points. We have 6 minus negative 2, that is y sub 2, minus y sub 1, over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Solving for the slope, we get negative 2. Hence, the slope of the perpendicular bisector is positive 1/2. Solving for the midpoint, we have negative 3 plus negative 7, that's x sub 1, plus x sub 2 over 2, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So the midpoint of the segment is at negative 5, 2. We have the midpoint and the slope. We're going to use the point slope form. So that's y minus 2 equals 1/2 times the quantity x plus 5. Multiply all terms by 2 and distribute 1 to the terms inside the parentheses in the right hand side of the equation. So we have 2y minus 4 equals x plus 5. Write the equation in the standard form. That will be x minus 2y equals negative 9. Number 31. The length of a rectangular lot is 3 less than twice its width. One of the longer side is against a brick wall, so that only the 3 remaining sides needed fencing materials. Find the dimensions of the lot if 33 meters of fencing material was used. First, let us have a figure that shows the conditions in the problem. Let x be the width, therefore the length will be 2x minus 3. Since one side of the rectangular lot does not need fencing, therefore we have x plus 2x minus 3 equals 33 meters of fencing materials. That will be 2x plus 2x minus 3. Then we have 4x equals 36. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 9. Hence, the dimensions are 9 meters for the width, and the length will be 15 meters. That is 2 times 9, 18, minus 3, 15 meters. Next number. The length of a large size balikbayan box is 9 inches longer than its width, and its height is 2 inches shorter than its width. If the height of the box is x minus 3, give the volume of the box in terms of x. Let the height be x minus 3, so the width will be x minus 1. And then the length will be x plus 8. Height is given as x minus 3, The length is 9 inches longer than the width, and the height is 2 inches shorter than its width. Therefore, the width will be x minus 3 plus 2, that is x minus 1. The length is 9 inches longer than the width, therefore that is x minus 1 plus 9, x plus 8. To get the volume, that will be the product of the length, height, and the width. So that will be x minus 3 times x minus 1 times x plus 8. Multiplying these three binomials, we will have x cubed plus 4x squared minus 29x plus 24 cubic inches. Next, number 33. A man has y pesos. If he spends x centavos, how many pesos does he have left? Since 1 centavo is a hundredth of a peso, then that will be y minus a hundredth of x. So that will be y minus x over 100 pesos. Number 34. Find the maximum value of x such that 12 factorial is divisible by 2 raised to x. 12 factorial, as we know, is the product from 12 until 1. That's 12 times 11 times 10 until times 2 times 1. So to get 2 raised to x, we need to get all the factors that are divisible by 2. From 12, we have 2 squared times 3. 11 has no factor, that is a power of 2. 10 is 2 times 5. 8 is 2 cubed. 6 is 2 times 3. 4 is 2 squared. 2 is 2 times 1. Then we have the product 2 squared times 2 times 2 cubed times 2 times 2 squared times 2. Hence, 12 factorial can be represented by 2 raised to 10 times k, where k is the product of all the remaining factors. Therefore, the maximum value of x is 10. 35. Emma is participating in a cosplay contest. If she can choose from 7 different outfits, 5 wigs, and 10 props, how many different cosplay costumes can she make? By multiplication principle, the number of different costumes that Emma can make is given by 7 times 5 times 10, and that is 350 costumes. 36. Find the solution set of the linear system. Equation 1, 2x plus 5y equals negative 6. And equation 2, 5x minus 2y equals 14. Our solution is by elimination. So we have 5 times equation 1 minus 2 times equation 2. In that way, we will be able to eliminate x. So that will be 5 times the equation 1 is 10x plus 25y equals negative 30. 2 times equation 2 will be 10x minus 4y equals 28. Subtracting, we'll get 29y equals negative 58. We divide both sides of the equation by 29, then we will get y equals negative 2. Next, we substitute the value of y to either equation 1 or 2. Let us choose equation 1. That will be 2x plus 5 times negative 2 equals negative 6. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Adding 10 to both sides, we have 2x equals 4. Then, divide both sides by 2, x equals 2. Therefore, the solution of the system is 2, negative 2. 37. Write in lowest terms without zero or negative exponents. Y raised to negative 2 minus x raised to negative 2 over x raised to negative 2 times y raised to negative 1 plus x raised to negative 1 times y raised to negative 2. Let us copy the expression. Then we will have y raised to negative 2 is 1 over y squared. Same as x raised to negative 2, that will be 1 over x squared. In the denominator, we have 1 over x squared y plus 1 over xy squared. Combining terms separately in the numerator and the denominator, we will have x squared y squared as the LCD in the numerator. So we have x squared y squared divided by y squared is x squared times 1 x squared minus the LCD divided by x squared is y squared times 1, that's y squared. Same in the denominator, the LCD is x squared y squared, so divide by x squared y, that is y. Divide by xy squared, that is x times 1, so we have x plus y. And then x squared y squared cancels, so we have x squared minus y squared over x plus y, and x squared minus y squared factors as x plus y times x minus y. In this case, x plus y over x plus y is equal to 1, so the final answer is x minus y. 38. Find two integers whose sum is 9 and whose difference is 11. Let x be the first integer. Since the sum is 9, 9 minus x be the second integer. If we get the difference between these two, that will be 11. Getting rid of the parentheses, we have x minus 9 plus x. Then we will have 2x equals 20, adding 9 to both sides. Divide by 2, both sides, we have x equals 10. If x equals 10, that is the first integer. 9 minus 10 is negative 1, that will be the second integer. So we have 10 and negative 1. Number 39. In the figure, A, B, C, D are coplanar points with AB equals AC, and BD equals CD. If measure of angle A equals 30 and measure of angle D equals 110, what is the measure of angle ABD? We first get the measure of angle ABC. And since AB and AC are equal, this is an isosceles triangle. ABC and ACB are equal. So to get the measure of angle ABC, that will be 180 minus 30 divided by 2. Hence, measure of angle ABC is 75. Next, let us get the measure of angle DBC. Again, this is an isosceles triangle, so measure of angle DBC will be 180 minus 110 divided by 2, and that is 35. Measure of angle ABC is equal to the sum of the measure of the angle ABD and measure of the angle DBC. Therefore, to get the measure of angle ABD, we have measure of angle ABC minus measure of angle DBC. Substituting the values, we will have 75 minus 35. Therefore, measure of angle ABD is 40 degrees. 40. In the figure, lines L and M are cut by transversal T, forming angles with measures 5x minus 2 degrees and 3x plus 8 degrees. Find x so that L is parallel to M. If T is the transversal, then the angles 5x minus 2 and 3x plus 8 are alternate exterior angles. If parallel lines are cut by a transversal, alternate interior angles are congruent. And the converse of that, if two lines are cut by a transversal and alternate exterior angles are equal or congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Hence, we have 5x minus 2 equals 3x plus 8. Solving for x, we will have x equals 5. 41. Find the area of the region on the first quadrant of the xy plane bounded by the x-axis and the y-axis and the line 8x plus 7y equals 112. The area bounded by the x-axis, the y-axis, and 8x plus 7y equals 112 is a triangle. Hence, to solve for the area of that triangle, the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the line 8x plus 7y equals 112 must be identified. The distance from the origin up to the x-intercept of the given line is the base of that triangle. From the origin until the y-intercept of the given line, that is the height of the triangle. So if x equals 0, y is equal to 16. And if y is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to 14. Therefore, the base of the triangle is 14 and the height is 16 units. So the area is 16 times 14 divided by 2. That will be 112 square units. 42. The Philippine Transport Agency LTFRB recently approved a new formula to compute taxi fares: 40 pesos on the first 500 meters, then 13 pesos and 50 centavos for each succeeding kilometer or a fraction thereof. The taximeter also adds 2 pesos per minute when the taxi is caught in traffic. Compute the taxi fare for a 12.8 kilometer trip if the taxi was caught in traffic for 30 minutes. So the taxi fare will be 40 pesos on the first 500 meters. Then that will be 13 pesos and 50 times the ceiling function, 12.8 kilometers minus 0.5 kilometers. 0.5 is from the first 500 meters that was charged 40 pesos. Ceiling function because the problem says or a fraction thereof. Even a fraction will be charged as a whole 13.50. And then 30 minutes times 2 pesos. 2 times 30 is 60. 12.8 minus 0.5 is 12.3. Then we have 40 plus 60 is 100. 12.3 will be considered as 13 because it's a ceiling function. 13.5 times 13 is 175.5. Then the total taxi fare is 275 pesos and 50 centavos. 43. The mean of a set of 40 numbers is 85, and the mean of another set of 50 numbers is 76. What is the mean when the two sets are combined? For the first set of numbers, the total will be 40 times 85. For the second set of numbers, that will be 50 times 76. In total, there will be 90 numbers. So that will be 40 times 85 plus 50 times 76 divided by 90. So we have 3,400 plus 3,800 divided by 90. That will be 7,200 divided by 90. So the new mean is 80. Next, number 44. Vicky typed her book report at the rate of 35 words per minute. After 11 minutes, she still had 840 words left to type. Let f of t be the number of words left for Vicky to type after typing for t minutes. Write a formula for f of t. So we have f of t is equal to, there is still 840 words left to type, and she has already done 35 times 11 words. That is 35 words per minute times 11 minutes. And she continues to type at that speed or rate, 35 words per minute. Then 35 times 11 is 385. 385 plus 840 is 1,225. Therefore, f of t is equal to 1,225 minus 35t. Number 45. Senior citizens get a 20% discount for admission tickets in a movie house priced at 350 pesos per adult. If 1,200 tickets were sold and the total receipts was 402,500, how many senior citizens watched the movie? Let x be the number of senior citizens and y the number of adults that are not senior citizens. Since there are 1,200 tickets sold, x plus y is equal to 1,200. Solving for y, we will have y is equal to 1,200 minus x. Also, 402,500 is the total sales. Then we have 280x, that is the number of senior citizens, times the price, that is 350 less 20%. 10% of 350 is 35, 20% is 70. Therefore, 350 pesos minus the 20%, that is 70 pesos, 280 pesos. So 280 times the number of senior citizens plus 350, that is the undiscounted ticket, times y, the number of non-senior citizen. Total sales is 402,500. Substituting the value of y to the second equation, we will have 280x plus 350 times 1,200 minus x equals 402,500. Distribute 350 to the terms inside the parentheses. That will be 350 times 1,200, 420,000. 350 times negative x, negative 350x. 280x minus 350x is negative 70x. Then subtract 420,000 from both sides. We'll have negative 70x equals negative 17,500. Divide both sides by negative 70. X equals 250. Hence, there are 250 senior citizens who watched the movie. 46. In right triangle ABC, the length of the hypotenuse AC is 18 centimeters. If measure of angle C equals twice the measure of angle A, what is the length of side AB? Let us have the right triangle. If AC is the hypotenuse, then the right angle is angle B. AC is 18 centimeters. Interior angles of a triangle sum up to 180 degrees. Since angle B is 90, angle A and angle C are complementary angles. Since angle C is twice angle A, therefore angle A is 30 and angle C is 60. Now this is a 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle. And from that theorem, the side opposite 30 degrees is half the hypotenuse. Hence, BC is 9 centimeters. And the side adjacent to 30 degrees is square root of 3 times the side opposite 30 degrees. Therefore, side AB is 9 square root of 3 centimeters. 47. Harold can do a carpentry job in 21 minutes, while Lexter can do the job in 28 minutes. How long will it take them to finish the job if Harold and Lexter work together? Let X be the number of minutes Harold and Lexter can do a carpentry job if they work together. Harold's rate is 1 carpentry job in 21 minutes. Lexter's rate is 1 carpentry job over 28 minutes. Working together, that will be the same job in X number of minutes. Multiplying all terms by the LCD, 84 will have 4 plus 3 equals 84 over X. Therefore, X is equal to 84 over 7. X equals 12 minutes. 48. The ratio of the measure of two consecutive angles of a parallelogram is 5 to 4. What are the measures of all the angles of the parallelogram? Consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Hence, if X is the scale factor, we have 5X plus 4X equals 180 degrees. 9X equals 180 degrees, then X equals 20. Therefore, the angles of the parallelogram are 5 times 20, 100, 4 times 20, 80. Also, the two other angles will be 180. 49. In a plane, the sides of angle A are parallel to the sides of angle B. Determine the relationship between the two angles. Let us have angle A and angle B. Corresponding sides are parallel. Therefore, we can prove that angle A is congruent to angle B. If these sides of the two angles are parallel, then angle A is equal to this angle. And since this angle and angle B are corresponding angles, then the two angles are congruent. Angle A is congruent to angle B. 50. Two six-sided dice are tossed simultaneously. If the dice are fair, what is the probability that the sum of the two numbers on the dice is divisible by 4? Let E be the event that the sum of the two numbers on the dice is divisible by 4. The sum is divisible by 4 if the sum of the two numbers on the dice are 4, 8, or 12. If the sum is 4, we have 1, 3, 2, 2, and 3, 1. If the sum is 8, we have 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 3, and 6, 2. If the sum is 12, we have 6, 6. So the number of elements in set E is 9. Hence, the probability of this event is 9 over 36, and that is 1/4. That is all. Thank you for watching. Part 1 was uploaded prior to this video. Please subscribe for more math contest drills for Philippine kids videos.